Wander&WonderTales.
Riley Arden was 5 the last time she smiled like a child. Backseat of her parents' silver sedan, legs dangling, nowhere near the floor, singing a cartoon theme song, off-key, off-beat, but full of sunshine. Her mom laughed. The kind that crinkled her whole face. Her dad tapped the steering wheel like a drum.
Concert debut next week?
Only if you sit front row.
Riley puffed up, proud as a pop star. She would never hear them laugh again. The crash didn't sound like an ending. Just a snap, a crunch, a world turned sideways. Glass flew like stars, metal screamed, then nothing. And then silence. Not even the music survived.
Where are they? Why won't they wake up?
She woke up in a hospital bed, leg in a cast, a nurse with a clipboard and 2 gentle eyes, her name circled in pen, her parents' names crossed out. No one left who called her baby. Her aunt and uncle took her in, or maybe took her was more accurate. They lived in a cramped apartment in the city, already packed with their own children. To them, Riley was an inconvenience with a trauma complex.
She's too loud,
Her aunt complained.
She should be grateful.
Her uncle added. By the time Riley was 7, she was cleaning the bathroom while her cousins watched TV. They called it chores. It felt like punishment. No one asked what she dreamed of. No one noticed when she stopped dreaming altogether. The real breaking point came at 13. It was raining the night her uncle knocked on her bedroom door. He wasn't family that night. He was a threat. She fought, scratched, kicked, bit, then she ran, barefoot, bleeding, into the storm. She didn't stop until she'd reached a bus station, miles away. She had no money, no ID, no plan. She boarded the first bus that would take her. In a gas station bathroom along the way, she stared into the mirror under flickering fluorescent lights. Her reflection didn't feel like hers anymore, so she cut off her hair, tightened her jaw, took her father's name. She became Riven Arven. The city was brutal to invisible kids. Rin learned how to work any job that didn't ask questions. She sold fish balls on sticks at intersections, hauled bricks at half pay, washed dishes until her fingers shriveled and bled. She slept behind markets, in abandoned buildings, on rooftops, ate what she could find or afford. Trust became a luxury she couldn't risk. She didn't cry. She didn't complain. Instead, she studied. By flashlight, by moonlight, with books scavenged from dumpsters. She applied for a scholarship with shaky fingers. Somehow, by grace or grit, she got in. No one clapped at her graduation, but she stood at the top of her class. Her diploma meant something more than achievement. It meant she hadn't disappeared. At 22, Rin launched a scrappy online service from a borrowed laptop and a prepaid hotspot. It was called Info Finder, a simple platform that helped people find what they couldn't. Job listings, rental histories, background checks, legal records, missing names. The work was honest, the system efficient. Word spread. By 27, she had built an empire. InfoFinder went global. Her name was listed beside words like visionary and youngest self-made tech billionaire. But Rin never forgot the first client who paid her in loose coins for a janitor job posting. She still carried that listing in her wallet. That was the year Minji walked into her life. Minji was gentle, in a way Rin hadn't known existed. Kind eyes, soft voice. She didn't flinch at Rin's silence, didn't pry. One evening, as they sat beneath the LED skyline, Minji leaned in close and said,
"You look like someone who stopped hoping a long time ago."
Rin blinked.
I don't hope. I build.
Minji smiled.
That's still a kind of hope.
She didn't know Rin was born a girl, not at first. But when the truth came out, Minji didn't run. She stayed. They shared ramen in crowded alleys, stargazed from rooftops, whispered about things Rin had never told another soul. She told Minji everything, the pain, the past, the unhealed places inside her. And slowly, she let herself believe this, finally, might be home. She was wrong. It happened fast. Bank accounts frozen, InfoFinder servers raided, ownership documents forged, her private notes leaked. Everything tied back to her aunt, her uncle, and Minji. The betrayal unfolded like a crime thriller, and she was the victim everyone forgot to check on. When Rin confronted her, the sky was pouring rain again.
You used me.
She said, voice barely holding steady. Minji looked tired, maybe guilty, maybe not.
You had too much power. You never even noticed who was standing beside you.
I trusted you.
Rin whispered.
And that was your mistake.
The shove wasn't hard, but it was enough. Rin's heel caught the curb, a car screamed past the turn, a flash of white, then silence. Rin Arden was pronounced dead at 28. The media was chaos for weeks. Rumors, conspiracies, mourning fans and vulture reporters. But no one could access her wealth. No one could trace her digital vaults. InfoFinder? Already transferred. Because Rin had seen this coming. In the weeks before her death, she'd rewritten everything. The business, the code, the shares, donated. To education programs, shelters, hospitals, underground queer youth networks. Her will read like a rebellion.
This world took everything from me. So I built something no one could steal.
Minji inherited nothing. Her aunt and uncle were arrested for fraud. And somewhere in a small town, a young girl received a scholarship from the R. Arden Foundation for children who survived the unspeakable. They called her the girl who had nothing but built everything. But no one remembered the child in the back seat, swinging her legs, singing off-key. Except the world she left behind, and maybe that's enough.
Some days I still replay the sound of castles turning into battlegrounds. You touched my trust like it was flame, then left me holding all the blame. So light it up, the love I missed. You were mine, just smoke and mist. Let it burn, let it resist. I still rise and laugh like this. No more thrones and no more chains, no more bleeding in your name. Through every fall, through every twist, I'm still here, I live like this. I gave you pieces I can't trace. They echo now in empty space. We built a world I thought would last, but dynasties can turn to ash. So light it up, the truth you hid. I was the fire, you closed the lid. Let it burn, let it resist. I still rise and live like this. No more kings and no more gods, just these hands and all my flaws. You can't erase me with a kiss. I'm still here, I live like this. We were a story written wrong, a dynasty that didn't belong. I trusted love, I paid the price, but I survived your coldest night. So let it fall and let it fight. I'll build again from what decayed. No crown needed, no one's grace. I found my strength in my own space. Through every scar, through every miss, you lost me there, but I live like this. But I live like this.
you for witnessing Riley's story. But this is not the end. In another world, another life, her soul will rise again. Subscribe and join us as Riley is reborn.